please, 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 for the love of God, not that I believe in God, but please, for the love of God, do not tell me that my Spotify was playing music that whole time, like while I was recording, and y'all could hear the music, because that's going to be a bummer. But anyway, the machine turned on, people woke up. Well, not everybody, goddamn, it's like white people. White people, white people, white people, white people. White people, it's us. Because you know what? Because white supremacy, capitalism, and patriarchy are not working for us either. And that's what's the most frustrating thing, is that like we as white people have decided like, well, I mean, obviously I see that it affects other people way worse. It affects me. It affects me. But definitely not as bad as them. So I guess it's okay. And it's like, okay. Most people, I want to explain what I mean by dumb later, but like just in the colloquial sense, most people are dumb and most people are poor. And most people are white. So most white people are dumb and poor. That doesn't sound like the system is working for you. Like that is not a good thing. And it's not a good thing because you don't seem to know what the fuck is going on. And it's like just now we're getting a I voted for MAGA 3 times confessional. It's like 3? And I know I just told that person like, hey, you gotta keep chugging. People are gonna be mean, and I'm sorry about that. Like, but you gotta make it through. But like, yeah, we're like people are still to this day. They don't get it. God damn it, and I don't get it. Set your timer. Get on your mark. Get set. Bang. False start. See, sometimes when you try to hold on too tight, you lose it even faster. But I mean mentally, white people this, white people that. The system is not fucking working for us, like statistically, because again, say what you want. I mean, yes, like obviously, plenty of white people are doing a lot better than most people of color or people in rural areas or et cetera, right? All the other minorities and demographics. But no, they're not. Like, they're also living paycheck to paycheck. Like, even if you live in the suburbs, you're living paycheck to paycheck. You're living month to month. You are 1 to 2 bad things away from happening to you at the same time, away from being homeless or like being bankrupt, or like you are just on as thin ice as the rest of us are. It's just like your little prison cell is a little bit bigger than ours. And like, so it's like, no, it still sucks. I mean, obviously, hey, I'll take a house in the burbs over like, something worse, but like, you're not doing much better. You're really not. And like, this shit is dumb. Oh my God. That's all I've ever known since I was a wee little boy. That like, this shit is dumb. I just very early on was like, oh shit. I mean, I grew up in a fucking mobile home park, but even then, even growing up in a mobile home park, a trailer park, which you think would sound bad, no, pretty solid, paved streets, and literally 95% elderly white people, and like 5% young families, including my young family, my young ass, and so it's like. And then right outside is like, it's just as dangerous as Hayward gets, you know what I mean? And so it's like this little safe haven of like, only white elderlies on, in these streets, like at least for like enough blocks to be like, well, there's enough size here for you to just play in here. So don't go out there, or like whatever. So I instantly like was like, damn, other people don't live like me. Like even in the neighborhood, like even my neighbor, like I remember being in their house and it was like, cluttered. And I mean, my grandma lived like 10 houses down, and she was like a hoarder. And even the guy next door was kind of like, just dirty and like not hoarder level, but like definitely just like newspapers everywhere and fucking, all this shit. I don't know why the fuck I'm in his house, but I'm in his house and he's bitching about something, just his life. And I'm just like standing there as like a 6 or 7 year old. And I'm just like, oof, boy, like, goddamn, like other people do not live like me, dude. Goddamn. Like, hey, I got snacks at home. My mom's making chicken tacos. I got a PlayStation 1. Like, whoa, dude. Hey, your life could be totally different. Holy shit. And then yeah, like the only kid with fucking both parents at home and shit. And it's just like, why? Why? What did my family do? What did I do? What did anyone do that I get to live like this? And like everybody else lives like shit, dude. It fucking sucks. And it's like, oh, because they're poor. And it's like, why are they poor? And it's like, because they don't get paid enough money to survive. And being poor is actually pretty fucking expensive. And it's like, oh, okay. Wow. So it's hard not, when you aren't paid enough money to survive, it's probably pretty hard to survive, right? And it's like, yeah, actually. And it being hard to survive is pretty taxing emotionally and physically. And so people are upset. People aren't having a good time, which means everybody's angry, everybody's pissed off, everybody's upset and ready to blow up. And so, not a healthy environment to be in at all. And that also affects you, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just like, that is so fucking dumb. I'm sorry. Because you know what? I know I just said that most people are dumb, but what I mean by dumb is that like most people are actually just ignorant. Like they literally don't know or haven't been told or like haven't gone through the thought process of like receiving this new information, thinking about it, digesting it, and then like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I agree with it. And then like you now change your worldview. Like you just haven't experienced it yet. So like you're just ignorant, and like that's also dangerous. And like I fucking still hate white people for doing that. You know why? Because white people choose to be ignorant every single day. Because like there's nothing stopping you from learning how shitty white people have been, like, and are. You know what I mean? Like, there is no barrier. And like, this is just a fucking made up ass fairy tale, what I'm about to say. But like, if you're a person of color and you are living in fucking the hood or a low income neighborhood or fucking, living in poverty, it's like, oh, well, you probably don't have a computer at home. Probably don't have a cell phone, or if you do, it's the cheapest one possible. Like, nobody can give you a ride anywhere, even though, there's a bunch of cars. I don't have to get too specific, but just like, so just getting to the library is fucking hard. You know what I mean? And then like, et cetera, et cetera. If you really wanted to fucking learn about your culture or your heritage or like where you come from, like motherfucker, yeah, hey, take the bus all the way down to this way and get on another bus and blah blah blah, get to the library before they fucking close, get on a computer or fucking read or like what. So it's like, as a fucking white privileged ass motherfucker, even if you're like relatively kind of poor, it's like, it's right there. Because America and the world is so fucking white. Everything is right there. There's nothing from stopping you from like looking at history and like, I know. Like I remember somewhere I saw a fucking meme and it was like the Americas, and it's like, not stolen, conquered. And it's like, buddy, that's worse. You know that you know why that's worse, right? Like, that's worse. Fuck. But yeah, we're in our warrior ethos, which again, like, okay, so the status quo and the way that like we're all kind of generally brainwashed and like internalized misogyny, patriarchy, like white supremacy, all these things are like pumped into you every day of your fucking life, like by the powers that be, billionaires, you know, and the media companies and like, you know, et cetera, the 1%. And they want you to feel how we all feel. And I think we all hate how we all feel. You know, we all feel insecure, like we're not doing enough, like we aren't enough, like we're always trying to chase like, you know, this dopamine hit or like just to feel happy finally. And it's like, why? It's like, so you could just get you to work and like more and more and more so that they can have more and more and more so that like what? And then what? For any battle rap fans out there, Sue Surf versus Conceited, he said he'll pass the Glock to Fox. And then what? Like, once you have all this fucking, like, okay, that's what, you know, hey, I might not have a plan either. I kind of do, but like, never, ever, you know, I don't have a plan. Just like, I don't have a plan, but like, these motherfuckers don't have a plan either. And that's what's so upsetting. It's not like, oh, well, don't worry, guys. I just need to make $156 trillion. Once that much money is mine, then I can do this. And then, you know, I won't have to exploit the world anymore. I won't have to make like little Ethiopian boys dig in fucking mines and like dig for cobalt and fucking, you know, all this horrible shit literally everywhere, all over, everywhere, all at once. And it's like, then, you know, so just hang in there until we hit the number. It's like, no, it's just infinite from now until forever, until the world ends, I guess. And like, what's so fucking upsetting to me is that like capitalism won't even save itself. That's what really fucking grinds my gears. Because like, hey, every day people are waking up to like the fact that this all is bullshit. And with these Epstein files, it's like, oh shit, a bunch of baby eating billionaires are like, they run the world and they're the most powerful people and the richest people in the world. Hey, you know what? Maybe we should introduce an Epstein tax. Like whatever his net worth was at the height of all this, like that should be the cap. Like you win capitalism, like, hey, no, you cannot be that rich anymore. Like no one is allowed to have that much money anymore. Sidebar. Anyway, fuck. Sidebar is about to turn into a fucking and then he froze. Damn, I'm trying to connect too many dots. Fuck. Yeah, so these motherfuckers don't have a plan. There is no point. The point is, the point is to keep doing that shit. And it's like, and like, okay, here's another thing. Complete pivot. Here's another thing. See, when you announce it, I lose it. And like, why? Every day, people are waking up to the fact that this is all bullshit and like it doesn't have to be this way. And like, yeah, we're all like not getting paid enough money so that you can have a bunch of money so you could do that shit. I don't think we want to do that anymore. And like, people would rather imagine the end of the world than the end of capitalism because they literally can't imagine a world without it. And it's like, guys, everything is fine. Everything is fine the way it is for the most part. You know, obviously like the child exploitation abroad and the global south and like how, you know, don't worry. I've got it all up here, okay? Nobody's got to be like, what about, trust me, I got it. Okay? But like, do you? Man, embarrassing. Don't worry. We'll work up the steam. Everything is fine how it is. Like, okay, everything can just, you go to work, you do your job, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But instead of giving all the money to them, We give the money to us. That's it. You know what I mean? It's almost like a hose full of water, and it's just like dumping into the rich. And it's like everyone thinks it's like we need to blow up the fucking the whole the bucket, the hose, the whole fucking, you know, aquifer. And it's like, dude, just just move the hose over here into this bucket. That's as easy as it needs to be. Like, brother, hey, we just need to because everybody below is like pretty fine. I know some people have like been complicit and shit, but it's like, honestly, not honestly, but like, okay, let's leave some room for like, hey, I was just doing my job. And like, obviously we understand like soldiers and police, but like when your job gets more and more abstract, especially in the corporate world, it's like, yeah, what the fuck do you do? I'm a risk data analyst assessor from, you know, whatever the fuck. And you're like, what? There are so many people, like there's so many good people or just average, like good people who don't want to be doing this. You know, it's literally just a little off the top, like just a little, just cut off, just a little off the top. Like just the dead ends. You know what I mean? Like, and some new growth will come in. But it's like, yeah, there's enough food, water, etc. I'm running out of time. There's enough food, water, and everything for everybody. But there's not enough money for this many people. There's not enough money for 400 people to have this much. There's enough money, there's enough food, there's enough water, there's enough land, but not enough for 400 people to have this much.